I don't stand side by side with nobody till I bleed with them first.
What did we just see? You probably think this world is a dream come true.
When I step into this ring, yeah, bro, I am addicted.
Don't sleep on Luca!
Maybe tomorrow we'll all wear 42.
If you fight for your dreams will fight for you.
This past Sunday, I attended I-DLE's concert. Now, if you don't know who I-DLE is, they're a 5-member girl group in the K-pop scene. And this was my second K-pop concert ever. I kind of regret not covering my first one, but it wasn't until the Paramore concert last month that I had this idea that to do a sort of series on the different live experiences I'll come to have, such as this concert and another one that you'll see in another video. But the first one obviously was I went to go see Twice in SoFi, and that was quite the experience, if I say so myself. I've never been to anything like it, really. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel, but I started listening and getting into K-pop because of my friend and my cousin around last year, like springtime. And so, after a year of, exploring the genre, it was my first ever concert seeing Twice, and it was not only was it such a big setting, but it was such a unique experience because of just how everything went with that show. All the the light sticks, the energy, the way they just did that concert overall. And so going into this one, I kind of had a sense of what I was getting into now. And with I-DLE, it was very much the same thing, just like the Twice concert, where it was just so incredible to see this concert with such passionate fans, and that's not to say that the concerts in the past that I've gone to don't have passionate fans, but the K-pop world, in a sense, they're just it's very different to me as someone who has when growing up and for most of my life was involved in different genres. So seeing something like this, it was just very unique and interesting. And again, with the I-DLE concert, it was very much no different. The crowd very much was loud throughout the night. I will mention this now, after having them for 3 concerts now, I would highly suggest to anyone earplugs to help out with the sound, because not only, in my personal opinion, not only does it help me better hear the music and the artist, but it definitely helps personally, because you're able to drown out a lot of the unnecessary sound. And though a lot of people enjoy it, and though many people would say that's what concerts are for, it drowns out a lot of the heavy bass that really distorts the sound and all that. And of course, it's just healthier for your ears. So I definitely suggest it. I definitely wish I had them for the Twice concert, because that was super loud. I don't think I've ever heard that many people screaming as loud, and cheering as loud. And it was very much the same here. K-pop fans, they're a different breed when it comes to supporting their artists. Many times all it was just showing a picture of one of the members of I-DLE, and they would go crazy. As far as the concert themselves, so when I started getting into K-pop, my friend obviously started me off with the group that most know, Twice. And he started me off, first with Twice, and then from there it was Dreamcatcher. Now, before you get mad or anything, the reason he started me off with those two artists is because they were his favorite, obviously. And then from there, once he saw I started really liking the genre, he started introducing me to all sorts of different groups, such as Blackpink, Red Velvet, obviously the big 3, and then from there, like, the smaller groups. And then of course last year, into the spring and into the summer, as I started exploring the genre more, that's when groups like IVE and New Jeans started emerging out, and I just started exploring different genre. And around that time in spring, I will say, is when he introduced me to I-DLE's latest comeback, Tomboy. And I really enjoyed that song. I really enjoyed I think I forget what the other 2 songs are that were on that sort of album, but I enjoyed that sort of album from them. But you know, as someone who was just getting to know the genre, I didn't explore much. But then one day I was on YouTube, and I know it's a common theme on this channel for me to say like I want to make a video on this topic, and then like it never comes. But like at the same time, I hope you understand it's just so difficult to come up and like write scripts and really like talk about certain topics. But I was scrolling on YouTube that day, and one video that popped up was the song "Oh My God" from I-DLE, and I went to watch it, and you know, I'm still frankly new to the genre, and I especially haven't like dove in deep into like the music videos and all that. But that music video itself was just so beautiful to me, so impressive with the editing, with the visual direction they took so often than not. And you know, the ladies themselves were just absolutely stunning in that video. You know, it just, the video itself just blew me so away, and from there I just started to explore them more. I started looking into, you know, their previous releases, and also started keeping up with their comebacks, such as their recent one, I Feel. Before that, it was I think their comeback before that I think was Nude, and then I started looking into their older works, such as what are the other ones? I Made, I Am. I'm forgetting the one I really love. Is it I Burn? I think it is. I think it's I Burn. Sorry. Oh, I Trust. Well, wait, no, I Trust was one of them, but I Burn was the one that I recently like listened to, because I started doing a ton of prep, because I ended up buying tickets to this concert, but I didn't know like too much about them, so I started re-listening, and the I Burn EP, that one was just really impressive to me. I really love that one. I do miss Sujin, and again, like I say in all my K-pop videos, or like I try and say it, I apologize if I mispronounce any names, especially because when it comes to I-DLE, like especially a couple of the members, like it's very, or like, you know, some of the members, like I've heard like different ways to pronounce their name, so I don't know what the true one is, but I do miss her, because I-DLE was originally a six member group, and I really do miss, you know, what she added to the group. But you know, things just have to move on. But I do miss her. But yeah, I just started exploring her older music to prepare myself for this concert, you know, and getting into the concert itself, it was just, you know, it was real good. I will mention it here, and I hope some people understand and don't get too mad, but there are a couple songs from I-DLE that I didn't necessarily like enjoy, whether it was like, you know, I just like didn't like it audibly, you know, like it, I just think I couldn't imagine it being a song I would listen to, or sometimes the lyrics at times can be, you know, I guess the word I would use is cringe at times, like, and it's something I've noticed that it really only happens on their title tracks a lot, you know, such as like Tomboy, the lyric about filming a TikTok or whatever, or like I know some people recently with their recent release of Queen Card, they think there's like a couple of lyrics that are kind of like cringe, so it's like it's something I've personally noticed that they do it a lot more on their title tracks, whereas the B-sides, you know, not to say that their title tracks aren't good, you know, but like I've noticed that like a lot of their B-sides are really some of their best works in my opinion, but that also doesn't stop me from enjoying a lot of their title tracks and a lot of the you know, empowering messages behind a lot of them, you know. So but the reason I bring that up is, you know, there's some of these songs that I've heard from I-DLE and I'm like, I don't know if I enjoy them too much. Well, this concert honestly changed my mind on a lot of them, because it's like, I don't know what it was, but being in that setting, it really changed my mind on a lot of these songs that like I originally was like, I don't know if I'm feeling them, you know, like you know, on I remember on first listen, like before I even like looked into the song, I remember like not really liking Nude as much. Like I thought it was good, but I forgot what it was with Nude. And then with Queen Card, you know, I thought Queen Card was catchy, but also at first I was like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna be like a song you can listen to very often, you know, like it's catchy, but I feel like it might, you know, run its course quickly. But like I said, this concert changed my mind on a lot of songs from Idol like that, because it's like I would listen to it, or not like, well, when I listened to it, you know, I had this opinion, but seeing them in concert and the whole energy of the crowd and, you know, the girls themselves, it was just so impressive, you know. And that's something I personally want to highlight and want to be the main takeaway for Idol for this video, is they really impressed me with this concert, you know. Like, I guess it's because I didn't really look into them as much outside of the music, like get to see what they're like personally and all that, and get to see what they're like in interviews or like the different shows that, you know, different K-pop groups appear on, you know. It's like I didn't get to look into that, but on this night and this concert, and probably throughout, you know, the whole concert tour that they've been doing, their personalities really shine through. They were very vibrant, they were very energetic, you know, and it just really lifted everything of the concert, of the music and all that, you know. It was so fun to listen to so many of the different songs. Like, they really put so much energy into it all. You can tell they really love what they do. And yeah, it definitely, like with songs like Queen Card, with songs like not to say that I don't like the song, but like it definitely felt different, you know. That, I guess that's the main message I'm trying to say. Like, you know, singing along and, you know, listening to Queen Card live. Tomboy was a personal favorite of mine live. Since that was the first Idol song I listened to, you know, it has a different connection to me. But hearing that live was very fun, you know. The crowd really loved that. The crowd really loved a lot of the songs. They were going crazy for almost any song that hit, and, you know, they all knew their lyrics as well. It was very fun. Again, the members really were just so, like, there's just no way to describe it other than just vibrant. Like they radiated this energy off of them. Their solo stages were real fun. What's it called? Again, I've seen many different ways to pronounce it, so I really hope I don't offend anyone, but I've heard different pronunciations. I'm gonna go based off what I heard her say at the concert. Yuki, her solo, which is an unreleased song, her section was really fun. It was funny because when she went up, she mentioned it was an unreleased song, and she was like, "Oh, do you know what it is?" And the whole crowd said yes. And, you know, it was just funny how she was like, well, just pretend you don't know, because obviously probably a lot of people heard it from the previous concerts. So she did that. She was like, just pretend you don't know. That was a real fun part of the concert, and I really enjoyed her solo song. I can't wait to hear that when it comes out. That was real nice. Definitely loved the visuals that they were doing for a lot of them, you know. Like Psycho for Soyeon was real good. I can't remember if Minnie was playing the piano during Dahlia. I can't remember if she was or not. I can't remember, but I liked her solo. Obviously, I really loved the visuals that Mion did for her solo Drive. That was real good. And for the rest of the songs too, like the background visuals were real nice and cool. I don't know what it was, but they were just so eye-catching in a way. The way they would build up the crowd to, you know, get excited for certain songs, like especially when they did it for Nude and the transition for the visuals and all that, that was real fun. That was a real good stage part. I really enjoyed hearing a lot of the songs, and they played with the fans' feelings, making it seem like they weren't going to do an encore, then they come back for the encore. I've never seen so many people get excited. The encore, basically, to play off of the sort of visual of I Feel, their latest release, it was a bunch of cards, and when the card would flip over, it would play a preview of what the song could be. And they ended up doing their latest all English release, I Do. They did Lion, and they did Paradise as the encore. Oh, and they did I'm the Trend to start it off before they went into those. And they did tease the fans a little, because they heard the fans really wanted Oh My God and Senorita, which I absolutely wanted myself as well. But to me, it seemed like they kind of had already something set, and they knew they kind of couldn't go, you know, off script, if you want to say. So they did like a little like preview of it, of like just them kind of singing it, like I guess a cappella, without like any of the audio or instrumentals behind it. They did that for Oh My God and Senorita. They did say that they do hope to come back to LA soon, and that they promise next time they'll do those songs. I was a bit salty about it because like I really like those two songs. Oh My God is literally the song that made me want to explore more of their music. But I was fine with what we got. I-DLE, their latest release, again, all English. You should really check it out. It's a really beautiful song. I really like it. Lion is obviously a banger from them, and then Paradise was real nice to close out the show. Overall, the entire show was just real nice. Like I said, they had such great energy. I can't emphasize enough how much their personalities really shine through in this concert. Visually, whether it was the art that they had behind them in the videos, or the outfits that they did for certain songs, or just them themselves, like they they are breathtaking in a way, if that's the way I want to put it. Like they are, those five women are absolutely beautiful. I that's just something I gotta say, because it's just very true about, and it adds to their performance and all that. Like I said, visually, whether it was the outfits, they put so much effort into this concert, and I thought it was real impressive. And I left an even bigger fan probably than I was before. I really enjoyed this concert from them. And it honestly makes me want to go to more, I can't wait for September, because that's when their all English release is coming. That the lead single I-DLE is coming off of. I believe it is called Heat. It is set to drop during like the first week or so of September. I look forward to that, and the closing thoughts are they just really impressed me. They exceeded. I didn't have any expectations going in, but they really exceeded any expectations I probably did have. And like I said, it just, I guess, again, because I didn't know too much about them personally, they really blew me away with their personalities, their energy, and I really can't wait to hopefully see them again in concert one day. And I just can't wait for any future releases from them. If you haven't checked out I-DLE, I would suggest checking them out. And I would honestly suggest that if you are barely getting into K-pop, or you've been into K-pop but you haven't been to like a K-pop concert per se, I would honestly suggest I-DLE as a first time concert, because it's not going to be too expensive on you. It's going to be in a more like intimate setting in a sense, so you're not going to have to worry too much about, like let's say if you're someone who isn't too keen on big crowd sizes, like I can definitely relate. I would definitely, like, if you want to start off with something small, something that's going to be easy on your wallet, I would definitely suggest I-DLE. I had pretty good seats. They were pretty cheap for the seating area, and it was just an overall fun time. Can't say enough good things about them, and I hope you check them out.